Hello, hello. I think I'm live. I'm just gonna double check. This is so much fun. Let's figure out if I'm live. Good morning. Hello. It appears that I'm live. It looks like it. Hi. Hello, everybody. I don't know who everybody is. I don't know if there's anybody here right now, but that's okay. Let's see. Where is my... We're going to get started in just a second. I have no idea if anybody's watching right now. I'm just going to make sure I'm theoretically posting in this event. Is it happening? Oh, it's happening. And there's somebody watching. That's so exciting. Cool. Love it. Oh, it's my cousin. Hi. How fun. Cool. I'm just going to share this on my page right now, and then we're going to get started with this tutorial. Share now. Good morning. Hello, Megan. Who are you? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I love it. Share to share. Share now. Let's see if I can do this. I can totally do this. Share on your timeline. Okay, cool. How to teach theater online. First step is you narrate every bit of your experience for everybody so they don't think that you have forgotten about them. This is so cool. We have people from all over. I love it. This is fantastic. Cool. I think I've got my little thing going here. I can't figure out where I am. Discussion, there it is. Welcome. Fantastic. Well, good morning, everybody. It's really nice to see you. Welcome. This is just a little, oh, look at, wow, cool, Washington. We've got people from everywhere. Cool, Megan. This is a teaching conference that I threw together, literally like planned this about a few days ago, and the goal of this conference is just to do an idea share and to promote different ideas that we've all had to try and deal with what the situation we're in right now. I feel like as an instructor, when everything happened in March, I felt like initially I lost a bit of my teaching identity, and I guess I should tell you what that identity is really quick. I'm a theater arts teacher. I run a theater company called North Bay Theatrics. I'm also a preschool teacher, and I have taught people of all ages from anywhere from 3 years old all the way up to my oldest student I've ever had theater-wise is 103. I've got lots of friends in the arts, lots of friends in education, and so my idea for this whole day was just to do like little 30-minute segments of just ideas and kind of start a conversation, because I have felt that we have had to completely reinvent ourselves as teachers. We have had to completely build ourselves up from the ground up, which is why I named it that, because I thought it would be catchy. And so this is what today's all about. It's so nice that there's some people watching, and that's great. And I encourage you to share these videos beyond this. I did just post a website in our Facebook group. That website is going to hold the webinars. After this, it will host the webinars. It will recording, so in case you want to recommend the video to other people, it's there. If you have additional ideas that you would like to share with people, things that have worked for you, please visit the website. There's a place there where you can submit your own ideas, and there's also a live document that you can hit that will auto-update with every time somebody submits an idea. So basically, this today is just day one. This website will exist forever. These videos will exist forever, and I'm super excited, and my goal was, if this helps even one person out there, then I'm happy. Anyway, feel free to ask me questions during this, but we're gonna get started with a Zoom tutorial. I don't know about you, but I think I look pretty good. That's because, one, I've showered. Yay! So step one, do that. But really, there's a lot of things that have gone into simply looking good and feeling professional and in control using Zoom or any online teaching platform. I'm going to be referencing Zoom a lot, just so you know. I'll be referencing Zoom a lot because that's what I'm personally comfortable with. That's the platform I'm comfortable with. And so, yeah, that is what I will be referencing. I need to pin my video. Okay, cool. So what I actually wanted to do was take you all the way back to where our kind of our starting point is. And the things I'm going to be recommending right now, I'm going to start with kind of my 3 main points, 3 things that are the most important. And that is, I wrote them down. What did I write down? What did I write down? What are the most important things? Ah, yes. Okay, the 3 most important things are your lighting, your angle that your computer is at, and your eye line, where you are looking on the screen. Those are all things that do not cost you any money at all. And they're all different ways that if you know what you're doing, you can really step up your online presence and make yourself look really good. So what I'm gonna do to demonstrate that is I'm going to turn off all of these things and I'm gonna show you exactly how I got to looking like this, so comfortable on a beach. The world totally isn't ending when I'm here in the Zoom call, right? Okay, give me one moment. I'm gonna keep talking at you. I'm gonna turn off all my fancy stuff right now so you can see. We're gonna turn off all the fancy stuff and I'm gonna really make myself look just as terrible as I possibly can because I think that's important. Okay, so let's see. Let's turn off the green screen. We're gonna turn that green screen off. Choose virtual background, none. Let's look terrible. Okay, let's really make it look terrible. So I'm bringing this all the way to what I've been seeing different folks doing. So let me make sure I can do this 1 second. If you can see me. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. I really want to make myself look terrible here, so I'm going to make myself look horrible. Okay, let's do all the things. How can we look as bad as possible? Okay, all the things. Okay, cool. We're really going to look horrible. Let's emphasize my 80 chins. Okay, cool. So, no offense, but this is how I feel. Like I've seen a lot of people, wait, we got to make it even worse. There we go. Like a lot of people look on the Zoom, right? Like there's that kind of, you're up here, that you have 87 chins. Did you know you had 87 chins? Because I do now. I know I have 87. You might have more, good for you. You might have less, I don't know, but I have 87 chins and different lines on my neck, which Zoom has been just so wonderful to point that out to me. So step one, let's just talk about the angle of the camera. So what I'm doing right now, and in fact, I don't think I can show you this. What I do is I take a music stand right here, and I prop myself up. I try and so this is me on the lap, right? It's kind of at this awkward angle. Women, you know how it feels to be dealing with your chest while you're trying to teach on camera. It is something we have to deal with. So what you got to do is you've got to bring it up. I rest this on a music stand because I think that helps make myself look a little bit better. The camera, just so you know, in relation to where it is on my eye line, the camera is actually about here. It's up higher and it's pointing down. So if you can stack some books, if you can, put it on a bookshelf, anything, just stack up a whole bunch of stuff and get your camera up higher and pointing down. Notice I look like I've lost 20 pounds. Isn't that so great? I love it. It's like free health, right? Cool. So angle, it's all about the angle. And I'm going to do let me do a little side note here. In 2013, I was Miss Sonoma County. Super cool, it was a really fun experience. I'm actually gonna be interviewing my successor, my 2014 Miss Sonoma County. We're gonna discuss teaching dance online at 12, so tune in for that. But there are a lot of things that you learn when you are a title holder. And one of those things is how to present yourself and put your best foot forward. And looks do matter. It is important that you look composed and put together, and that's absolutely the same thing that you have to keep in mind when you're online. A student is going to pay attention to you more if you feel in control, if you aren't being seen at an embarrassing angle, if your butt's not in the camera, if you're not accidentally showing your messy room. All of these things matter. One of those things being, just a little tidbit, I know what side of my face I like the most. Marika, yes, I totally will. Absolutely, we'll totally do that, Marika. each of us have a better side of our face. I know the better side of my face. It's a side I can't tell. I have a nose ring here to remind me that that is not the better side of my face. I feel and looked in the mirror and I feel that this side of my face, the non-nose ring side, I feel that that's a little bit better. And that is what I am most comfortable being at that angle. So I feel that I don't feel like I look as strong here looking at you this way as I do here. I feel like, for me, I feel much more confident when I present this way. And so take some time, play with Zoom, play with your camera angles, and really try and figure out what is the angle that looks best for me, okay? So angles are step one. Step two, lighting. For the love of all that's good in this world, if you have a window, if you have a lamp, if you have any lighting source behind you, turn it off. Windows are a huge issue. All I've done right here, and by the way, I'm trying to show this to you because I want you to know that I really just used a lot of stuff that I had laying around to make this happen. I took a towel right here, and a towel is thick enough to cover the lighting, and I just covered that there. Now, I don't have a cute background or anything, but let's see what that does to change the view. Already so much better. There's not this gigantic bright light that's taking over behind me. So that's super, super important. So in terms of backlighting, turn it off. Cover all of your windows. And yes, you have to cover your windows. You cannot just simply close the blinds. The light shows through. I mean, unless you have like the most amazing blinds in the whole world, cover it with a towel or something really, really thick. That's going to help you. So just to recap, if you're just joining us, the angle is what's important. The lighting behind you is what's important. And now let me talk about the lighting that's in front of you. So I did, and in fact, I'm actually going to try and share with you real quick. It's going to take me a moment to pull this up. Let me see if I can talk and look up YouTube at the same time. This will be fun. So I, a few months ago, filmed some drama videos called Drama with Teacher Ashley. I had very little supplies, just what I had in my classroom. I had nothing expensive filming, nothing at all. All I did was I filmed these videos with my phone. But I utilized the principles of lighting to my advantage. And I'm not going to be able to pull this up because I'm too stressed out and I forgot to have it ready, so that's okay. But I will link it just so that you can see as an example. But what I did was I made sure that where I was in my classroom, I was all the way across from all the open windows. So I had all of this bright natural light shining on me, and it made a huge difference in my videos. In fact, I have a friend who works in tech who said, wow, you're really doing great work, with your audio and and your visual camera work, like fantastic job. And it was my deepest pleasure to tell him I am doing nothing exciting or interesting or anything in post edit to make this happen. It is literally just based on where I've placed myself in the room and how I'm utilizing the supplies I already had. So anyway, you want to make sure you have a lot of front lighting. Now, the room I'm in right now, just because I'm going to do this conference all day and I didn't want to be out, the room I'm in right now does not have a lot of space for front lighting. And so this is a little bonus, something that I did buy. But please know that if you sit across from a big giant window, that's your best bet. Big giant window in front of you, little diffused light, that is your best bet. Please note that what I'm showing you is not free, but I have just a little setup here that I got. I'm going to be teaching some videos online overseas, actually, starting tomorrow in the United Arab Emirates, of all places, and their time zone is about 12 hours away from me, so I had to get this extra equipment to help with my lighting, but I'm going to show you just because. So the most important thing, let me try and balance this. You see this ring light? Let me tell you, the teenagers know where it's at. They know where it's at. The ring light, it really makes you look good. It adds like a nice sheen to your face if you want it. Anyway, so I've added some extra front lighting here that I'm going to turn on. And so that is super cool. I'll turn that on in just a little bit. But basically, that kind of sums it up for the lighting portion. I'll turn that on. I'm now going to move into, I'm going to move on to a green screen, which if you are watching this and you're like, oh my God, I could never use a green screen. I can't learn. Technology is so difficult for me. I get it. And just listen, because it actually, this is what I have done is so easy. You can absolutely do it. Nothing that I'm doing here is outside the bounds. If you are a teacher and you're able to handle the rigors of teaching young people, you can absolutely do this too. So I made a green screen, didn't buy one, or excuse me, I didn't buy like an official green screen or anything like that. I bought green, I'm showing you here, hi. Ooh, this is weird, the angle. I bought green fabric from Joann's. It's bright green. And in case you're wondering, the reason people use green screens are because, and then why are they green? It's because it is the color furthest away from skin tone. And so using green screens is a wonderful way to kind of take you outside of your home for students to, I think it adds a polished look personally. So I'm just gonna do a little green screen demo. Give me one moment while I turn on my lights. Gotta do that. It looks like there's a lot of people here. Hi. Feel free to put in the chat where you're from. We've got people from the East Coast over here, which is really cool. Love that. Love that. Okay, cool. Little bend and snap here. So you can actually see the green a lot better now. I'm gonna back myself up here, make sure I am, yep. Another tidbit, always narrate what you're doing for the kids because they, then you don't lose them, you keep their attention. So anyway, you see I've got this green screen here. I'm on a green background. All this is fabric, bright green fabric that I got from Joann's. That's it. I just got this fabric. I used nails. I nailed it to my wall. Bravo, you have a green screen. I also would like to recommend get the Joann app. They have a lot of sales and I got all of this fabric at 60% off. So it is, so this, Megan, this is fleece. I was really this is, what's the difference? Yes, this is fleece. My preference, Megan, was to get felt personally, because at Joann's, they actually have this fabric, this felt that is 72 inches long, so 6 feet long. And that would have been my preference. However, they were out of that. And so I just got this and I literally hung it. It's two sections. I don't know if you can see it. It's 2 sections. And I made sure it was really, really taut when I nailed it in. I don't think it matters with what fabric you buy. I think the important thing to remember is that you don't want anything with a sheen, especially if you're going to have a lot of lights on you. Cool. Okay. So let me put a little green screen on. And then if you don't want to buy a green screen, I'll show you one more tip that you can use, that you can also use. Let me see. I like being on the beach. Oh, so much fun. And look, now here I am on the beach. I can be a wonderful teacher. Hello, students. Today we are going to learn all about the ocean. Oh, can everybody take a deep breath with me and smell the ocean breeze? See, it's so wonderful. It's so much fun. You can use all sorts of different backgrounds. Zoom itself provides a lot of different backgrounds. I'm personally, for my drama teaching, will be utilizing this not only for performances, but also just to kind of change things up. It helps keep the students engaged if there's something different in the background for them. Students are currently very used to electronic stimuli, and you have to keep up with that. If you are just a teacher who is just sort of sitting there, you know, with all the chins, like I was talking about, like you are not going to have their attention and respect, I can assure you. So that's my use of the green screen, but I'm going to turn this off for a second and just show you. If you don't want to use a green screen, you don't have to. It's fine. Whatever. You do you. I want you to do what's comfortable for you. But what would be nice is to have some sort of classroom type background, something that, you know, basically is kind of a representation of you, something that really sets the tone for the students when they walk in. So again, I'm going to adjust my camera angle right now. So let's see. Okay. gonna move my ring light down here just to provide a little bit of light. I don't know how well this is going to work. You can kind of see my other stuff, but again, so my lighting is terrible right now just because I'm not making an adjustment while I move around the room, but just a little extra. I know I do want to get this right. You got to get it right. Welcome to day one of the workshop. You know, we gotta all work together to make this happen. Okay, cool. Okay, love that. All right, that's a little cuter. That's a little bit better. Let's see. There we go. Okay, I'll take it. So, you know, just a little something in the background to kind of frame yourself. It can be at a desk. Something that wow, I'm looking at myself on the Facebook Live and that is very okay, interesting. Anyway, you can just put some things in the background just to kind of give let there be a little something for them to look at visually. I think it's super helpful. Again, notice I'm offsetting myself. I'm not just directly like in the camera here, you know, it's personal space, right? I'm gonna just adjust myself. Just kidding, I'll stay here. Why not? I'm gonna stay right here because I think it looks good. My last little tidbit though for free information for, you know, stuff that you don't have to buy is your eye line is so important. If any of you are teachers or have been trying to teach online, you know that disciplining children through your computer is just an exercise in patience, an exercise in not losing your mind, an exercise in many things. And so one of the ways that I help combat that is by adjusting my eye line. I feel that I have a very powerful, aggressive stare with my wonderful children when I need to. You know, that we all have to have that look that says, you're going to stop talking right now, or we're going to have a conversation about it. You know what I mean? That look. It's a little more difficult to do that through online. And so let me show you something that I have felt has made a difference for me. I'm gonna make a simple adjustment right now. So right now it looks like I'm talking to you. I'm in your home, I'm looking at you, I'm at the screen. And now I'm not looking at you anymore. What I'm looking at right now is I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at myself on the video, which is kind of a tendency that we all wanna do, right? We wanna make sure we look good on the video, but that's not where you want your eye line to be. Your eye line needs to be here, where the camera is. So I'm gonna make that adjustment now. I'm making that adjustment now, cool. So now I'm talking to you. Now it really feels like I'm there. And now it really is going to make a much bigger difference when I say, Timmy, straighten up, please get your pencil out and get ready to work. Thank you, right? A little scarier, as opposed to Timmy, Timmy, Timmy. You know what I mean? Like let's get Timmy on track. You know what I'm saying? Yes, love that. Love the hearts here. So that's super, super important. I think I will make this extra little adjustment because I want to bring back my silly backgrounds because can't do a Zoom tutorial without your silly backgrounds, right? So we're going to make one last adjustment here. And then I'm going to give you a few random tidbits that I've got. By the way, if you are a theater artist or somebody who is interested in utilizing Zoom as a platform for performance, I encourage you to check out, I think it's our 1 o'clock session, Teaching Theater Online. There are a ton of great resources that we're going to talk about during that, specifically that pertain to performance arts and how to utilize green screens to actually make a show. So just so you know, I'm going to put this background because I love it so much. Great, let's see. We did the green screen. We did the, I just wanted to throw out too, teachers. You can use this background thing as a teaching, like green screen thing is like a teaching classroom board technique. I have used this a whole bunch. Hi, Crystal. I have used this a whole bunch just to do demonstrations. So for example, I don't have any ready for a background, but if you wanted to show a picture or talk about something, you could put it as your background and you could talk about and reference the different things in the photo. So it's almost like, again, you are actually teaching in the classroom. So, you know, recreating that experience it's definitely a route you can choose if you want to using this. And those are my kids, oh, from Lion King. They're so cute. Oh, I remember when I did real theater. It was so wonderful. I can't wait. I wrote down a few little last tidbits. If you have any questions or want any advice on any Zoom troubleshooting, put it in here. I already have one question from Marika, which I'm going to answer in just a bit, but I'm looking at the Facebook Live. If you have any like personal questions, well, not personal questions. I mean, it's not therapy hour. That's 7 o'clock tonight. But if you have any questions regarding this tutorial, let me know in the chat. I just had a few other little tidbits for you. Eye contact, kids. Oh, just a few rumor corrections. If any of your children, your students, just a few like student things that they will try and pull on you. If any students, if you see them say reconnecting, if that's their name, that's not true. That is fake. It is not a technical error. And so don't let them get away with that. If you have any questions about that, let me know. But there are lots of different ways they can change the names on there to make it look like they're having technical difficulties so they don't have to participate. Guess what? They probably aren't having technical difficulties. Let's see. Another thing that drove me insane was children, because they know how to use technology better than us. While I would be talking or showing different pictures, young kids would start drawing all over my face. Yes, in Zoom. It's so awesome. I love how technology savvy all of these kids are. Drives me insane. So a thing I want to point you out to is if you're using Zoom, if you go to zoom.us and you log in to your account, so this is not done through the app, this is done through an online website. If you log in through Zoom, zoom.us, and you go to advanced settings, there is a laundry list of different permissions that you want to double check, okay? The different things are enabled, including, are kids allowed to mute and unmute themselves? That's something you have a choice over. Are kids allowed to share their screen? Are kids allowed to write all over your presentation while you're talking about it? There's all of these things that you can disable in your advanced settings, and I encourage you to do so because they will absolutely take over your class, and there is no way of stopping that unless you go check these settings. And if you don't, I feel like it's always hard to maintain a class after you've lost them to a student. Really kind of taking your energy, taking your fire away from you. It is especially difficult when you're online, right? Because they're in their own homes and all of that. And so don't give them permission to ruin your lecture. Drawing on your stuff, cut lessons in half, do not use Google. Okay. Oh, big tip. Do not use Google Docs or Google Forms for tests. I repeat, this is like a really big deal. Do not use Google Forms or anything for your tests. The kids can look up the answers. They can dig into your form and find the answers. If you have questions about that, please ask. Do not use Google Forms for your tests. Pets get points. I feel that if you have a pet, show it to your kids. It will gain their respect. No, I am not kidding. Totally kidding. And then my last kind of like overall big tidbit before I address any questions are cut your stuff in half. Less is more. Zoom fatigue is a real thing. I myself am going to have it today since I'm doing like 8 hours of talking. That's okay. But it is a real thing, and it is detrimental to the kids' learning experience as well as your teaching experience. There were many times during March and April that I had to walk away frustrated from my computer because I felt inadequate as a teacher and the kids were bored. I wasn't ready for that transition. I was very down about my experience and my skills and really felt like I was not giving a lot to my kids. I've thought long and hard with the help of many supportive Facebook groups, talking to different educators, ideas from all of you. And one of those things is cut your stuff in half. The in-person experience will never be able to be replicated by this. As wonderful as this is, and I appreciate that it's able to help us continue this education, but cut your stuff in half and use the Socratic method. use the Socratic method. Instead of standing up there lecturing a whole bunch and all of that, Socratic method, it's all about asking questions, okay? Keep them engaged the whole time. If you are talking for more than a few minutes and it's just your voice, they are not going to listen. I really mean that. I really mean that. And it's not about your teaching. Listen, I think I'm a pretty interesting teacher, but boy, I became really good at boring kids over Zoom, just an expert at it. So, keep that pace going, keep that pace going. Anyway, just one other thing I want to acknowledge, Marika. Hi, Marika. I'm going to talk about the best way to play music for a class. Two things. I'm not wearing them right now, but if you are able to, and you have ear pods, or little headphones, that makes a very big difference in your experience when you're on Zoom. It allows for there not to be as much like feedback issues and stuff. And what it especially allows is if you want to be playing music, the sound quality ends up being better, if that makes sense. Let me explain how to do that. If you go to share screen and you hit share screen, I'm going to hit it right now. You hit share screen, a tab is going to come up and it says basic, advanced, and files. I'm going to hit advanced, and then I'm going to hit music or computer sound only. And then I'm going to hit share. Now, what that does is that means that I can play music through iTunes or whatever music platform I want, and they're hearing high quality audio as opposed to an echo of what I'm playing next to the computer, if that makes sense. It's literally playing the computer's audio. I'll even do a little demo here. Love that. Cool.
Ah, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Bird, sir.
And did you hear the news about
Doesn't it
good
sound so
old
good?
General Mercer?
Yeah.
No, Claremont
Watch
Street.
Hamilton. Good show. Amazing show. Support live theater. But you can hear that, the quality sounds really good, which is actually, what I'll do as opposed to this is how it would sound.
Ah, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Bird, sir.
And did you hear the news about good old General Mercer?
No.
Claremont Street.
Yeah.
They renamed it after him. The Mercer Legacy is...
So you can hear there's a big sound difference there. I'm sure it cut in and out when you were hearing that. The quality isn't as good. So yeah, just a little difference there. So as I'm wrapping this up, I want you to know that, again, all of these webinars are going to be posted on this website that I've put in the group. If you have ideas or additional tips, 30 minutes went by really, really quick. Like really, really quick. So if you have ideas, information, anything you can share, or you want more, go to that website. There's a place that you can submit your idea right now and it will show up automatically. I want to keep this thing going. I'm hoping that, it helps somebody. So if any of this was helpful to you, let me know, because I had a goal of helping one person today. So maybe I've met that goal. Anyway, our next session starts very shortly. It's going to start at 11, and that is how to help support your preschooler during this time of COVID. I'm talking with my cousin who works for a preschool that supports children who have hearing loss and cochlear implants. And then I'm also being joined by my friend Teresa, who runs her own preschool and is a homeschool parent. Meredith is also a parent. They're going to be awesome to talk to. I will be back at 11. And yeah, let me know if you have any more questions. Thank you so much for joining this session.